Hello, everybody. I'm Meg Moonbeam from Beyond Mystic, and welcome to your weekly Beyond Astro forecast here on the Beyond Mystic YouTube and Rumble channel and X channel as well. Thank you all so much for tuning in, whether you're watching live or the replay. I hope you're all doing very well out there. Happy belated full moon in Virgo. We're finally out of that full moon portal that we were in from about February 21st until February 27th, the 3 days before and after the full moon in Virgo on February 24th. And I definitely felt that very intensely. So let me know in the comments how you guys kind of process that full moon, anything you feel like sharing around that. I'm very excited to get into the astrology with you all today. Some very unique and interesting things happening this week for sure. So before we get into it, just want to mention, please remember everyone to like, share, and subscribe to the Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic 3 YouTube channel, as well as the Rumble channel. We've been hearing a lot of comments lately that people have been getting unsubscribed from some of those technological overlords, I guess, out there. So just make sure you're still subscribed to us, and it really helps when you share our content for other like-minded people or other people waking up to alternative conscious information to receive it. So we very much appreciate all your support. And also want to mention, you guys, that I am offering personal astrological consultations that are available over at consultations.beyondmystic.net. And the link is in the description box of this video. And we've got a discount code, Beyond Mystic, all in one word, Beyond Mystic, that you can use to get 10% off. And I'm currently offering 1 hour personal forecasts looking at your year ahead with the astrology, 1 hour birth chart astrology readings, and also 1 hour solar return readings, which is your birthday chart, the chart for your birthday year. So yeah. Okay, how are we feeling out there, you guys? Because I'm hearing a lot of people say that they're feeling a heaviness. I'm hearing a lot of people saying they're feeling low, even kind of depressed, even stagnant, and just a heavy kind of vibe. So if you are not feeling that, I'm very happy for you. And I do not wish you to be feeling that whatsoever. I've definitely been picking up on that. And I think it has to do with the fact that today, as I'm filming this video on February 28th, 2024, we're having an exact Sun, Mercury, Saturn conjunction. So Granddaddy Saturn, as I like to call him, the heaviest planet, is in a triple planetary conjunction with the Sun and Mercury. And I'm going to bring up the chart of today so we can take a look at this here. This is, I'm feeling like a heavy energy. Okay, Saturn, as I said, is the heaviest planet. He is the planet that rules the structures of reality and time, our structures of life, discipline, responsibility, the government's rules and regulations, reality check, and being, practically responsible. So we've got Saturn conjunct the Sun, but not just him, also Mercury, the divine messenger of universe God, the planet that represents truth, communication, and freedom of speech and common sense in our day-to-day activities. And what's really interesting is Mercury is at his detriment fall position in astrology, so in Pisces. So Mercury doesn't like to be in the sign of Pisces. Mercury is very weak in the sign of Pisces. Also, Saturn doesn't like to be in Pisces. And why this is because Saturn and Mercury are two planets that deal a lot with our day-to-day speech, activities, being able to operate in the 3D kind of world. And the sign of Pisces, even though it's beautiful and magical and it represents the spiritual realm and our higher selves and, creativity and transcendence, Pisces rules that which is not of this world. And these are two planets that rule the things that are very much of this world we are on, Mother Earth, as human beings having human experiences. So this is a big, I'm calling reality check day, and kind of the whole rest of the week being in the influence of this Sun, Saturn, Mercury conjunction. And it feels like a spiritual test around what are our illusions. Okay, Pisces rules illusions, deceptions, lies, our subconscious and the collective subconscious and subconscious behavioral patterns and karma that we're holding on to. And this is a really strong energy, and it's even more strong. The Piscean influence can be even more felt because Neptune, the planet that rules Pisces, the modern day ruler of Pisces, is in Pisces. We've been having Neptune in Pisces since 2013. Neptune, out of any planet in the current Western astrology, is the strongest planet because it's the only planet in its rulership home sign. So we're feeling that Piscean influence very strong. And the light side of that in the collective is a lot of people are waking up to their spirituality. They're having spiritual awakenings. We're on the precipice of the age of Aquarius. We're entering a light age. Spirituality is being very highlighted in a good way. But then that's also, the shadow side of Neptune is illusions, lies, brainwashing, mental health issues, subconscious patterns. So all of these things are really being felt this week. And to me, you guys, it feels like, and let me know if any of you can relate to this, what I'm about to say, but I'm feeling this energetic fog over the collective right now. And it feels very Neptunian and it feels very Piscean, kind of like this Piscean Neptunian fog of what is real and what is not real. It's kind of trippy. And also, we all still have healing to do, even though we've been through so much in the past few years. Pisces also rules victimhood in astrology. And in some ways, we have been through a little bit of, well, not a little bit, I think quite a bit of a kind of victimhood archetype, if you guys don't mind me saying, in the past few years, with certain powers and, freedoms being taken away by large groups of us. There's a lot of healing that still needs to be done. There's a lot of people that are still not awake and conscious of what the heck is actually going on the planet, that there's major brainwashing ruled by Pisces going on. So it doesn't surprise me this week that there's a lot coming up, reality checks and truth around, certain health matters that have been processing through the collective in the past few years. I don't know if you saw, but over in Australia, I believe, Australia and another country, I forget what the other country was, they deemed it unlawful that, certain mandates were put in place. We've also had that come up in Canada recently as well, with the federal court saying that the invocation of the Emergencies Act was unlawful, all because of people's medical choices, right? Which Pisces rules healing institutions in the medical field, along with this opposite sign of Virgo. So there's a lot coming out, and there's a lot of brainwashing and illusions that we are shifting through, even if we are conscious people, if you will. And also the reality check of that we're going to have to hold space for people that have no idea of what's going on, while at the same time we're trying to heal from what's going on. So it's very, very intense. And there's been things coming out this week, a lot of things around the medical system. I also saw, Dr. Phil was on The View. I'm sure some of you guys saw that clip where Dr. Phil on The View, I love Dr. Phil, was speaking very to the point, very Mercury conjunct Saturn in Pisces. Sorry, I feel like I'm going to sneeze, you guys. Is it going to come out? Yes. No, I'm not going to sneeze. He was talking very to the point about how the lockdowns were not okay for children, and that was actually even worse than if we didn't have the lockdowns. And he said it way more eloquently than me, but that was something on the mainstream media that millions of people probably saw that and was a huge kind of reality check, probably for them, among many other things that have come up this week. So it is a spiritual test around our medical system, our spiritual beliefs, our higher selves, where we're at on our spiritual consciousness awakening journey. And this conjunction is happening at 9 degrees, which is a Sagittarius degree, one of kind of the lighter degrees in astrology. And Sagittarius, along with Pisces, are two signs that very much have to do with spirituality, but Sagittarius in particular is our beliefs. Why we believe what we believe spiritually, religiously in life. And Sagittarius also rules our faith. So our faith is kind of going through a test this week. Our beliefs are also going through a test this week. It is really nice that the traditional ruler of Pisces, and we are in Pisces season with this whole stellium of planets in Pisces, the traditional ruler of Pisces, Jupiter, is in a beautiful sextile to this triple planetary conjunction. And we're going to have an exact Sun sextile Jupiter on March 1st. So I think when we get into Friday, March 1st, the energy is going to get a bit lighter. It's heavy. We've got Sun conjunct Saturn. Saturn is the heaviest planet. So know that when we get more into the weekend, it's going to be more lighter, more of a refreshing vibe. But Saturn always tests us into our next level of maturity and responsibility. So we're kind of going through a granddaddy Saturn test this week, if you will, around reality checks and what is true and what is not true. So some, I think, really good reflective questions for this Sun, Mercury, Saturn conjunction would be, what are we committing to? What do we commit to? What have we committed to? Saturn rules commitments. Also, what do we believe and why do we believe it? Did the belief come from our own intuitive knowing, or did it come from a projected place somewhere else? And also, what illusions are there in our life? If so, what kind of subconscious behavioral patterns are we playing out, and how can we release them? So that would be some reflective questions I would invite you guys to play around with while we're in this conjunction. And I also want to mention here that a couple days ago, I did the new Astro Woo forecast for the month of March on the Beyond Mystic YouTube and Rumble channels. You can go check that out, where I talk more in depth about the astrology for March, and I do mini readings for all the 12 signs. So that was really fun. Go check that out if you're interested. And also, I want to share with you guys as well some of the key dates, key astrological dates for March. So I talked about March 1st, we've got Sun sextile Jupiter, really positive aspect that we're having to start off the month. March 9th, we're going to have a very magical new moon in Pisces that I think is a really good new moon for intention setting, for any manifestation practices. That is a beautiful new moon that you're definitely going to want to be in tune with. March 9th, we're going to have Mercury entering the sign of Aries. March 11th, Venus is going to enter Pisces, which is her exaltation sign. So that's going to be really good for all of us in terms of the Venus-ruled areas of life, our values, finances, the comforts and enjoyments of life, and particularly for the Libras and the Tauruses, that's a really good aspect because Venus is the planetary ruler of those signs. March 17th, we're going to have Sun conjunct Neptune in Pisces, another very strong Neptunian influence. That's going to be a very spiritually charged day. You're going to want to mark your calendars down for paying attention to any downloads you get at that time, insights or inspirations, creativity as well can be very potent. And then March 19th is our astrological new year, the natural new year, where the Sun enters 0 degrees Aries, the Sun's exaltation position, and we are in the spring equinox in the Northern Hemisphere. So that's our natural new year. And then March 21st is conjunct Saturn in Pisces. March 22nd, Mars enters Pisces. And March 25th, full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, 5 degrees. So actually, as we get into even next week, the second week of March, we're going to start to be actually in the eclipse season at the forefront. We're starting to be in the eclipse energy for the eclipses that we have between March 25th and April 8th. So the beginning of the month of March is definitely going to be, I think, a lot more calm than the middle and end of the month as we start to get closer to an eclipse season, where we're going to have the Great North American Eclipse, if you haven't heard me talk about that yet. So go look that up, Great North American Eclipse, because depending on where you're physically located on April 8th, the day of the new moon solar eclipse, in Mexico, US, or Canada, you might be able to see that eclipse if you're in the path of totality. So go look that up, April 8th, Great North American Eclipse. Mark your calendars. I think some of the states that'll be in the path of totality to be able to see the eclipse will be Texas. What are the other ones? Upstate New York, Ontario, the states in between Texas to New York, and then kind of the eastern seaboard of Canada. So go check that out and you can see if you can watch that eclipse in full visibility. So, okay, guys, I'm going to pull an oracle card for us for the week on how we can kind of navigate the current astrological energies with this heavy reality check, triple planetary conjunction that we're having with us entering the month of March. What is our divine guidance, universe, for this week? Oh, let's see what we got. And I'm pulling from my Healing Waters deck by Rebecca Campbell. I love this new deck that I got. Okay, what have we got here? Wow, what a beautiful card. Let it rain, allowing what is, inevitability, trust. And I love the position of that woman in this card. I don't know if that's like a certain kind of yoga position or what, but that feels like a very supportive position that we can actually go into, hands on the earth, lying down on the earth or on the ground, and just surrendering to the energy and the situation that is all around us at the moment. And, you know, it's not easy at the moment. There's a lot of challenges in the collective subconscious, ruled by Pisces, but we are going to get through it. It's good for us to allow for what is and to be in, I'm just hearing Spirit say the word surrender. Surrender to the reality checks that are coming up for you this week. Surrender to if you need help with anything, like professionally that you're feeling come up, whether that's mental health issues or, you know, subconscious behavioral patterns or traumas that are coming up for you, all ruled by Pisces. There's nothing wrong with asking for help, for surrendering to it and facing what is really going on. So that's such a beautiful card. Let it rain. Thank you very much, Spirit, for that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this Beyond Astro weekly forecast for the week. Just want to mention again, please remember everybody to like, share, and subscribe to the Beyond Mystic YouTube and Rumble channels as well. And again, my personal astrological consultations are available at the link in the description box of this video. I love working with people one-on-one and sharing the gift of astrology. And especially during these times, it's such a great ally, being aware of our astrological chart, our natural alignment. It is such a beautiful gift. So it's my honor to always share that. And remember that if you would like to book a reading with me, we've got discount code, all in one word, Beyond Mystic, that you can use to get 10% off. So I love you guys very, very much. I'm sending so much cosmic love your way, and I'll see you next week for the next Beyond Astro. Mwah!